up? Welcome to the shit list. I'm your host, Blessing Adeoye Jr. Of course, I'm joined by Tim motherfucking Geddes. Barrett's on the ones and twos, and of course, this is your Patreon exclusive show where I go online, I find a top 10 list about video games, or maybe about other things. I don't know. We've not done that yet, but I bring it back to Tim and Barrett, and we judge it for your amusement. Tim, Care Bear, today we're talking about the 7 best Sidekick spin-off games.
No, we got. I don't like Care Bear. I don't like Care Bear. I'm gonna be honest. That's major Trey vibes from Ragnarok. You know.
I get it. Honestly, when you make that reference, I
appreciate you that you tried it. You tried it. You threw
I
it out.
I want something cute for you.
You did it so nonchalantly and tried to move past. And I saw it on Tim's face. He was like, "No, we gotta talk about that."
I thought Care Bear was cute. We're talking about the 7 best Sidekick spin-off games. This is from Patrick Long at Game Rant, and this is posted only yesterday.
Damn.
Sidekick spin-off games, I think.
Best Sidekick spin-off game.
Category we don't think about.
Oh, no.
But it's also a category that you know exactly what that is.
And it's why I love the show, The Shit List.
Yes.
I love that I have never thought about this, but I'm like, that is a very, very specific framework to work within. Then I'm like, all right. It's hard because I'm blanking on where to even start because, all right, we were talking about Sonic a lot, like we often do. So Shadow the Hedgehog comes to mind. I don't think that Shadow the Hedgehog and Best are ever used in the same.
I thought you were immediately going to go to Knuckles Chaotix.
No. That is way too niche. Oh, man. Let's see.
I do like the idea of Shadow the Hedgehog, but yeah, I wouldn't call Shadow a sidekick. I don't think that fits.
Captain Toad.
Oh, okay. See, this is where this gets interesting because how do you define sidekick?
I think that sidekick has to be defined broader than its real definition because I think that Shadow would count, even though Tails is the sidekick. But I think
that's the reason why we only have 7.
Yeah.
Because I think
they're trying to keep it legit.
I think they're trying to keep it small because I don't think there are that many sidekick spin-off games. If we're doing the true definition of sidekick.
So do we think Captain Toad we think he's not a true definition of a sidekick?
I think you can stretch the definition.
You have to go to Luigi at that point, right?
And that's what I'm saying. Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I mean, so Luigi's Mansion, Yoshi's Island, Captain Toad.
Out of those, you're going Luigi's Mansion, right?
But even then, I mean, yeah. But I feel like all 3 deserve it.
I see my mind immediately goes to the PS2 games of like, we had Ratchet and Clank, we had Jak and Daxter, and I think both those got spin-offs, right?
But they weren't good. That's the problem. The Daxter game on PSP wasn't great, and the Clank game, Secret Agent Clank, I think Greg liked it a lot, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm typing it down Daxter just so we.
Yeah.
I feel
Secret Agent Clank.
I feel like people who really like Jak and Daxter really liked that Daxter spinoff.
I don't know.
One I'll throw in there, Diddy Kong Racing.
See, it's interesting because theoretically, I would just say Donkey Kong Country 2.
That's not a spin-off.
Quest. That's the thing, but it.
Yeah. Because it's like the sequel.
But it's not Donkey Kong. Yeah, it's weird. That is weird. I mean, fuck. Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Ooh.
Or Metal Gear Rising.
I can see that, right? Like, Raiden's, I guess, kind of a sidekick.
Yeah.
I can understand that stretch.
Sidekick is a weird ass. Like, I can't wait to look at this list from Game Rant and actually see like how they define it.
Let me open up the link and see if I can read the first blurb to see how they describe it. Sometimes video game sidekicks are so incredibly charming that they get their chance to, in the spotlight with the game of their very own. There's something about a video game sidekick that tends to pull on the heartstrings of gamers in a way that main character isn't always capable of. Sidekicks are often goofier and more flawed and therefore more relatable. They speak to the underdog gamer who are... The underdog gamer.
Yo, representation matters, man.
They represent the fucking losers out there who play games.
Like, first of all, like, you know, just I can understand being an underdog, right, or being a gamer. If you're an underdog gamer, come on, bro.
Come on,
You've
bro.
lost twice.
Figure your life out.
Figure your shit out.
I have an answer that's gonna piss you guys off.
What's up?
The Last of Us 2.
Oh, you're crazy.
Nah,
you're
but
crazy.
Again, it's not a
Ellie's
spin-off.
a sidekick. Yeah, you're right.
It's not a spin-off.
No,
it's a sequel.
Well, then Left
And Ellie
Behind.
Dog, or Ellie Dog. Ellie is an
Left Behind,
underdog gamer.
But that's like a DLC. Are they going to count DLC?
Wait, which one?
I said
Behind.
Last of Us Left Behind.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Lost Legacy.
That's a
actually,
pretty good answer. That's a If that's on the list, that's like a good creative answer. Right
Left
there,
Behind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type down Left Behind, but I think Lost Legacy has to be a lock on this list, right?
Yeah.
Because
Again-
Chloe was a companion in Uncharted 2 for some
That's
time,
fair. Yeah.
and Lost Legacy is a spinoff.
I have a feeling like it's all going to be cute mascotty platform things, but like maybe not. I don't know. Getting out of the Mario world, because I feel like that's where there's the most spin-offs of characters. Like even Super Princess Peach was a game on the DS.
Mm-hmm.
An okay game.
Was it really? I never played it.
Yeah, it was. It was like
I
the
remember seeing the
closest
controversy because like what
her and her emotions.
Yeah, like she fought with her emotions, and everybody's like, "That's sexist."
Yeah. It's funny because it's the closest we'll ever get to a Super Mario Bros. 2 sequel. Like it's like a spiritual sequel to Doki Doki Panic, essentially. Okay, we talked Mario, we talked Sonic. Donkey Kong.
Tails doesn't have his own game that's coming to mind.
Not
right?
like a AAA game. Like there was weird Dreamcast VMU games or whatever.
Let me tell you, there's on this article they have a related thing that's like related. The best video game underdogs ranked, and I just love that. I love that.
it.
So
I love
much.
it. All right, let's get into this one.
All right, let's get into it. Starting off at number 7, we got Luigi's Mansion.
Fair.
Which again,
Luigi's Mansion, man,
Yeah.
like what an interesting video game because it came out, launched with the GameCube, which is pretty damn crazy to think today is November 18th, which was this the day that the GameCube came out? Xbox came out on the 15th, and I think the GameCube came out on the 18th. Are we really on the anniversary right now? In America?
Okay, I was gonna say because I looked it up and it said it's on a different month. Oh, whoa,
November
we are.
18th,
Holy shit.
2001.
Wow.
I
Happy
hate myself for
anniversary to
knowing
the
that.
GameCube.
I
Yeah,
hate that
I
that
would-
was in there.
You started on that thread, and I was like, "There's no way that
Yeah.
I would know this."
Yeah, November 18th. And Luigi's Mansion came out as a launch title. Smash Brothers came out December 3rd. Melee came out 2 weeks after. It's weird, isn't it?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, not technically a launch title.
I guess
but
I thought that was a launch title.
yeah, it was a delay just a little bit. But Luigi's Mansion being the launch title with GameCube was so interesting because everyone expected Mario 64, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're going to get a new Mario game. And then they got this. And I feel like Luigi's Mansion got ripped apart because it wasn't Mario. But God, what a special game this was. I love Luigi's Mansion 1. That is a game that I've 100%ed multiple times throughout my life. And it's not the most consistent experience. Like, it's not perfect. It's not Mario 64. But I feel I'll never forget the Dan Shu from EGM, who I revered. He was the guy that I trusted in games media back then. Gave it a 4 out of 10. And my heart sank.
Holy
where
cow.
I was like, what?
That's
No.
wild.
That was the first time. That and Devil May Cry 2 were the biggest moments that I realized, like, oh, games can be bad, even if you expect them to be good. Because up until that point, I thought everything was just perfect.
Yeah.
Every video game was perfect.
Yeah, every video game was great.
Yeah.
I, don't know,
So,
I
this
can't remember what that breaking point was for me when I was like, "Oh, this game's gonna be bad." I guess I'm
Superman
not gonna play it.
64. Or very early on in my childhood, I was like, "Oh, games can be really fucking
Wow.
fun."
For me, it was later. It was definitely the PS2 era where I was like, "Oh shit, games can be bad," but I couldn't tell you what game it was. I'll think about it and we'll come back to that. But yeah, right now, number 7 at the last place is Luigi's Mansion, which for me, I think is help solidifying my idea of this list, which is I think we're gonna get the traditional. This is a sidekick and it's a spin-off, right? Let's see with number 6. We got Tails Adventure. Tails did have a video game.
Was it some Game Gear bullshit?
Tails Adventure is one of the most underrated Sonic the Hedgehog games ever made. All right, I'm playing this shit. I'm finding this shit.
I don't trust them, though.
And maybe even one of the most underrated Sega games, period. It took a totally excuse me. It took a totally unexpected approach to a Sonic spinoff by scrapping the breakneck pace of the franchise that the franchise is known for, sending his beloved sidekick Tails on a much more thoughtful puzzle-solving adventure. Puzzle-solving platformer with RPG elements. Game Gear games tended to be fairly straightforward miniatures of the styles present on Master System and Genesis titles. But for the Tails solo journey, they brought out something that was clever and fresh. A remaster or sequel seems unlikely, but if either did pop up, many younger gamers will likely be surprised by how much fun a slower-paced Sonic game can be. Right now, Tim is showing me Tails Adventure.
Hey, it looks cooler than I expected it to.
This reminds me of Doodle Jump.
Okay.
Was that the mobile game?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay, no,
I like the level of animation he has.
I kind of want to play this.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder
if I can. I don't know.
Maybe it's on one of the new Genesis collections that they just put out. But I don't know.
You went a way more legal place than where I was gonna go. I was like, oh shit, okay, well, Steam Deck, let's check this out on the Steam Deck. But maybe I can find it on one of those collections. Number 5, Yoshi's Story. All right, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
what are we doing here?
Well, again, I said they were gonna count this, but they should have done Yoshi's Island.
That's my thing. Is Yoshi's Story is not a great game.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, guys. Yoshi's Story sucks.
Okay.
Yoshi's Story is.
Don't do this to me, Tim.
It is one of the most offensive video game sequels of all time. To go from the quality of Island to this utter trash is one of the saddest moments for video games. Now,
I might be with Tim here.
I will say though, Barrett.
No, I know.
A lot of people dislike the soundtrack. I'm not one of those people.
Oh, dude,
the soundtrack is like the one great thing.
Love it.
It's
absolutely love it.
Classic right there.
Yeah, but man, this Yoshi's Story sent the Yoshi franchise down the darkest path possible.
Yoshi's Story might actually be the game I'm thinking of like the downturn where I was like, oh, okay, I can not like a game because my sisters would play Yoshi's Story on the N64, and it was like the one game that we owned out of our roster of like 10 games or whatever that they would play. They would pass the controller to me, and I'm like, no, no, I don't want to play this. Yeah. Can we play anything else? I'll play Dr. Mario.
I don't want to be Yoshi.
I don't want to be Yoshi. I don't want to go through Yoshi's Story. And here in the blurb, right, they say here, some might look at Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, as the most notable Sidekick spinoff starring Yoshi to date, but that wasn't quite a full-on spinoff. So they are like going for the spinoff vibes, where they see Super Mario World 2 as a main line. So I'll buy that. But still, Yoshi's Story should not be above Luigi's Mansion. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, definitely not.
Number 4, Daxter. I don't want to be Daxter.
I mean, like, real talk, I want to be Daxter. And, like, this game just didn't do it, man. There's that PSP era where, like, they tried. They really did.
Can you imagine if PlayStation started doing this with, like, if there was a Vita 2 and, like, they're like, all right, we want to have our mainline IPs, but let's just put all the sidekicks in there. And so, like, now we would be getting Lev on the PlayStation Vita 2 and like I don't know who's
like a Miles Morales game.
Actually, that would be fucking fire, but it wouldn't be Miles Morales. It would be like one of his friends that he makes, right?
Genki?
It'd be Genki on the PlayStation
Honestly,
Vita 2.
No, that sounds kind of fire.
It does.
I want to be Genki.
I don't want to be Genki. You're playing Mimir on the PlayStation Vita 2.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
But it's like Super Monkey. It's like
a
Super
bowling
Monkey Ball.
game.
You're just rolling around.
Yes.
All right, this is a bit. I don't know how to make this bit. Maybe this is a blessing show thing. We'll figure this out because that's actually pretty genius. Number 3, Diddy Kong Racing. Let's freaking go. This is the second week in a row where we've had a Diddy Kong Racing be very high up on the list. Y'all speak my language. I agree with this. Unless number 2 is some bullshit that I disagree because Diddy Kong Racing should be higher. But Diddy Kong Racing, great spinoff starring Donkey Kong sidekick Diddy.
Yeah.
Not Diddy.
It's fair. I want to talk shit about this choice, but I really can't find a reason to.
Yeah, because it's fantastic. Number 2, Mega Man 0.
Okay. This is an excellent choice.
Yeah.
I'm mad I didn't think about this.
With this one. They brought it back a little bit.
I don't know that there's ever been a cooler design in video game history than 0. Barrett, can you do me a favor and can you Google Mega Man 0?
Google Mega Man 0 for us, Bear. I'm not brushed up on my Mega Man lore. I remember watching the Mega Man cartoon on WB or Cartoon Network on one of those. And I played a little bit of like Battle Network card thing on the Game Boy Advance. But I'm not brushed up on the lore. Is 0 a sidekick to Mega Man?
Not really.
I mean, or Rockman as he's known.
Kind of cheesing this a little bit.
He's kind of like Venom in like an anti-hero friend.
Okay.
Where like he first shows up in
dude, just look at how fucking cool he is.
Kidding me? Like
one of the best video game moments of all time is Mega Man X. And you go through that first level and you fight that first boss and it kicks your fucking teeth in. And then 0 comes in and knocks it the fuck out like it's nothing. and you're like, who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
With this long hair and
Barrett.
this cool armor.
Barrett.
And then you spend the entire time slowly getting everything that Zero had throughout the game. And Mega Man X is one of the best games of all time.
Mega Man X. Bless, if you have not played it,
though, but
that is a stream. That is you playing Mega Man X.
I've not played Mega Man X.
All right, hold on, Barrett. We need to show him this first level.
Why aren't they doing like a modern? I guess they are doing modern Mega Man games, but they're like still 2D and stuff.
Yeah. Hold on, let's see. How do we find this? Mega Man X.
Is it surprising that like Mega Man never transitioned into like modern 3D? I know there were 3D games that weren't good, right?
Yeah, they tried, and people did really like them. Mega Man at Legends, I think it was called. Huge fans of those games, but like I just feel like it didn't perfectly transition. But yeah, this is the
Mega
end.
Man X.
Yeah, this is the end of the first level. Is it? Can we get sound on this? So this boss just wrecks you, and there's nothing you can do. Like it's destined to lose.
It's pretty cool.
After a banger tutorial level, by the way.
You worthless piece of scrap metal. Did you think you could defeat me? Whoa.
fuck, man.
A bullet from off screen. Mega Man
And then his fucking
Zero
theme
comes
song.
through.
God damn.
Oh my god! And then he fucking dips.
Just
He
hearing
already
him
knows.
charge his
He knows he
beam
doesn't want that
off
smoke.
screen, dude, is so hype.
I guess I'm not powerful enough to defeat him. ... X. You shouldn't expect to defeat him. He is designed to be a war machine. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like this. Remember, we have not reached full power yet.
This game is rad.
If you use all the abilities, you were designed. I forgot. I don't know the character I'm talking about anymore.
Anyway,
You
yeah,
should become stronger.
We're good, but you should
Damn.
definitely play
All
this
right.
game, Bless.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The Mega Man Zero was our number 2. We have one left.
Oh my God, there's still one. Okay.
What is our number 1?
Well, what did we? I'm hoping it's Captain Toad.
So far we've said Mega Man Zero for number 2, Diddy Kong Racing at number 3, Daxter number 4, Yoshi's Story at number 5, Tails Adventure at number 6, and Luigi's Mansion number 7. The ones that we wrote down, right? Luigi's Mansion, Yoshi's Island, Captain Toad, Daxter, Secret Agent Clank, which I could see at number 1, Diddy Kong Racing, Metal Gear Rising. Ooh, I hope it's Metal Gear Rising. Left Behind and Lost Legacy. Ooh, there's some good choices still. Some good choices.
I'm going with Captain Toad.
I'm personally going. I'm going with Lost Legacy. Even though this list has a tone that tells me that Lost Legacy is not going to be there, but I think it could be the right choice. And our number 1, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
My little guy. He's out there. He's all just like not jumping and stuff. It's great. What a video game,
right.
Captain Toad.
I'm gonna say it. I don't like this list.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, I think it's too narrow-minded, and also the ordering is just weird.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why is Yoshi's Story number 5 and also Luigi's Mansion number 7?
And also, like, I don't believe that you. I'm sorry. I don't believe you played Tails Adventure. I just don't believe it.
Wow.
You needed a Tails game. You found it, and you're like, oh yeah, here's some shit.
Let me
Nah.
put you on to a Tails game.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, and I feel again. Look at the list that we brought up. Like, yeah, I feel like Lost Legacy. I feel like should be in there. Metal Gear Rising, I think, could be in there. And like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's too much of the same properties popping up in here too. That for my liking. Is Luigi and Yoshi both sidekicks? I guess arguably, but also, no, it's weird. It's weird for me.
Yeah, and Toad.
And Toad.
A lot of Mario.
I would
Thumbs down.
argue like Luigi and Yoshi both sidekicks in their own right in their own games. Toad, I feel like you're stretching there.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
This is the little guy, voiced by Keegan Michael Key. This list is getting a shit ranking from me.
Damn. I like the idea of it. But yeah, the execution, poopy.
You heard it here first. The execution is poopy. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what your favorite Sidekick spin-off game is. Until next time, I've been Blessing. That's been Tim. That's been Barrett on the ones and twos. And it's been our pleasure to serve you some shit.